on this Sunday. What a day we have in store. Super Wild Card Weekend on EA Sports. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. On the ground, here's the rookie from Notre Dame. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
76, tell him. 76. 76.
Now Goff. Out of his hands quickly to CeeDee Lamb. They'll go for a gain of 7. And it's 3rd and 4 now. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
180.
And quickly to the outside, that's caught by Lamb. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy. But they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
It'll go as a gain of 4. And that will bring up second down. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go, but sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
Third catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down.
First down. A gain of 9 yards.
2 for 1.
Kansas City.
Up the middle they go. It's Hammond. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Brought down on the play by the linebacker, Christian Harris. Here's 2nd and 10. Gone. On the out route, it's Lamb with a grab. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. Well, they're not hiding who their central focus is on offense. Charles, he already now has 4 receptions here on this opening drive.
And I know people who are watching the game are thinking, did they forget about him in the defensive game plan? But it's actually been the opposite. They're giving him a lot of attention, but he's been very creative and savvy in his route running and finding seams and openings in order to create these completions. You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Kill.
Now they'll put a receiver in motion left.
Horrible.
They go ahead and snap it. Gone. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. CeeDee Lamb, from 4 yards out. And the Chiefs will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
Here we go.
They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. 2nd down.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
18 Rattler. 18 Rattler.
Right back to Achane on 2nd down. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42.
Good running right there, and this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Now Willis to throw. Oh, his first throw of the playoffs is intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
He finds his man complete. That's Hammond. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. This now a 3rd and 4.
What? Like 20. Super 66. Shell. What's up?
Now it's gone. Works in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Hammond trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
Now 2nd and 9.
What? 120.
Golf. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. From 19 yards away. And the Chiefs go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point splits the uprights. And it's now 14-0.
14. Chargers, nothing.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. The Charger drive about to get going. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game? They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they're dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
Willis looks to pass it here. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too.
San Diego, first down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
A run straight ahead with Achane. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. He'll get a nice chunk there on a first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Solid running there. And, CD, we hear so much about what it takes to win in the playoffs. Most people like to include having a strong running game in their assessment. And with this man in the backfield, this group has a strong running game, without a doubt.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you there because in terms of yardage, he's a top 5 running back in the league. And in terms of impact on a game, not many better than him. And when they're flowing and he's carrying the ball consistently, they're tough to beat.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll run, Achane. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Willis. On the arc, and he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Malik Willis, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers have cut it back within a score. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Like 20.
To throw is gone. Able to hit his target land. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Goff now looks to throw. That is incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Here's Austin. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Charger drive about to get going.
Here we go.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 26-yard line.
65 catch. Mustang 19. 7 Pirates.
Now Willis. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there. Getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As Rick can say, get it to him in space, let him use his legs.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker, or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
65, 18, 5 in.
Now Willis to throw. That's complete. Left side to Ruby. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
14. Chargers 10.
Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
Back to throw, Willis. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Joey Bosa. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Well, we've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And just like that, it's third down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Here we go.
Willis will look to throw it. He'll dump this off to Achane. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
Well, they'll say no to the 46-yard field goal try. They're going to go for it.
Here we go. Set.
Willis looking to throw it. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Marcus Jones picks it, and the Chiefs force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Hammond. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That second down play nets a -4. Here is third down and 4. From the gun, here's Goff. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too.
First down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now a give, right side. Hammond. He finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they can actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now second and 5. In motion goes the tight end. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
The passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Haven't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces third and long.
They need 18 yards here on third down.
Go. Cut. Black 20. Obama.
Out of the gun, Goff. And he is caught. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18.
First down. First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10.
180.
Slot man moves right. A shotgun snap for Goff. He finds his man complete. That's Hammond. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
We saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. First and goal at the 9.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. One quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
120.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. Only a yard of the completion. It's second and goal. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Hold on.
Now Goff on 3rd and goal. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This will get the lead up to 7. And his kick is indeed good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Charger drive about to get going. They trail by a touchdown here in the 4th quarter. Their season, to be frank, it's on the line right now in this wild card matchup. And obviously points are a must here as they begin 1st and 10. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. And Xavier Worthy, 65 yards. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. Both these teams fighting for their playoff lives. All tied 4th quarter as the kick is away here. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback. And they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And it's all on the line now, all even in this wild card matchup. Maybe their most important drive of the season coming up right now here, 1st and 10. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a 1st down.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
20!
And the slot man goes in motion left. Now Goff. He finds his man, complete. That's Hammond. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches.
180! What's that?
Up the middle they go. It's Hammond. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Hammond. There he goes, right side. And he takes us into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. 37 yards. And the Chiefs answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the fourth as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. Here's Achane to start the drive. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
Ready? Ready?
On first down, back to Achane. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go.
Again, it's Achane. And he'll take this close to a first down at the Chiefs' 42.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
They'll run for it with Achane. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. Who wants it more? This is 4th and a yard.
70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. Ready,
Willis got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
To the 43, 2nd down. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
Goff going to throw it. A short throw to Ingram. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
20.
Goff. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it.
What a call there on 3rd down. Took conviction, didn't it? If this is incomplete, the complexion of this game changes dramatically. Instead, not only is this a first down, but it's a big play to boot.